Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. So this past month we had the worker strike at the ports. I was actually affected by it. I had ordered some bismuth and tantalum from China and it was delayed. But I'm glad it was delayed because watching that really helped show to me and hopefully to other people about what solidarity could bring, right? I might not necessarily agree 100% with the strike, but I have to agree with the concept that when everybody pulls in the same direction, you get a lot more traction out of it. And that hits home to me because at the community college where I'm teaching, a lot of times I don't belong in the majority of people, right? Whether it be sexual orientation, my eating habits, what I do for recreation. Now you might say you don't have to share that stuff. Yeah, good luck with that. Not sharing those things also puts you in the minority in a lot of cases, right? You could, I guess, not share them, but that also puts you in a weird group. But why does it have to? Last time I checked, none of that stuff affects your teaching, right? And a lot of these people who quote unquote discriminate against these things are actually very well intentioned, right? One of my colleagues was pressuring me about what she could prepare in terms of food for me next time. And that's something I prefer to talk about in private, not when other students are around, when other colleagues are around, right? She doesn't recognize that though, right? It's not something that I would share. That's kind of like saying, hey, I know you have a heart condition. Is there some natural medicine I could prepare for you next time? What kind of heart condition do you have? What's your blood pressure? She might as well have said that to me, right? That's what it sounded like to me, because my eating habits and my chronic health issues are very intertwined in my mind, right? You don't discuss one without the other, right? At least the situation that I'm in. And but more important, that's a very minor one. The big one is being single, right? I don't get a whole lot of accommodations in order to address that, right? Or to do things that I like doing because I'm single. Only today last week did I finally ask for a day off, and so I can't believe I went over almost 2 years teaching here before I asked for a day off. I can't believe it. But you know what? It made me human when I asked for it. I actually think asking for that day off gave me and my dean a little bit of rapport, so I'm not feeling too guilty about that. But I want to organize a single strike. See, if all singles took a day off on a very specific day, right? It would put some solidarity into the matter and get the discussion going, right? Because right now as I speak, everybody's single in a different way, right? And it kind of reminds me, 10 years ago I was working at a technology company, I won't name names here. They had a big campus, and they had these shuttle cars that took you from one place to another. And one of the big problems with the shuttle cars 10 years ago, I hope this isn't so true today, is that people put on a lot of fragrances on them just in general. I don't think they did it to spite the shuttle cars. And I suggested to HR and also to the company that HR had contracted the shuttle buses to, that maybe they could put aside a few fragrance-free cars, right? I made the analogy that maybe 30 years ago you had a few cars that allowed smoking and some that don't. You could do that with fragrances, right? And HR straight up told me that there's no demand for it. Meanwhile, every time I'm waiting for a shuttle, I'm not the only one complaining about that. And I think the problem was that there was no solidarity. You had a bunch of people who were upset about the shuttle, but everybody found their own way to be upset, right? Some people might have just walked from one building to another, right? Some people might have waited for 3 different shuttles before one was suitable. And you had this lack of solidarity where everybody was complaining in a different tone. And I think the situation with single bias is kind of like that. Now, one thing we could do, and this is something that was suggested to me quite accidentally. I had tried to apply for a job at a different college, and I was turned down by, I was turned off by the fact that they had this policy allowing people to donate vacation time to other people. I've had bad experiences with that, and I straight up told the hiring manager about that, and he says, "Oh, you don't have to do that." Yeah, you don't have to, but the pressure is there, right? I don't want to be asked for. I know I don't have to. Now, it would be nice if we all just said no to doing that, right? Again, solidarity, right? If one person says no, but other people are sheepishly still doing it, that makes the few people who do it look bad, right? So, because guess what? If we all stop donating vacation time, it's not like people aren't still going to need time to take care of pregnancy, to go to chemotherapy, because they had a death in the family. It's not like those things are going to stop. It's just that the singles won't be giving up their vacation time, and the people who need to go to their funerals or chemotherapy will still do it, right? We just need that solidarity there, right? Last I checked, people who are going through chemotherapy probably shouldn't be coming into the office anyway, right? This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum, 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 bum.